Okay, so here is video lesson, Intro to Thermodynamics, Part 1. We know the states of matter. So we have gas, liquid, solid, and then plasma, which we really only see in the sun. But it's important to know these terms. So these would be described as changes of state. When something is going from a solid to a gas, we call that sublimation. And the example that we have in our everyday lives is dry ice. Gas to liquid condensation, so you have a glass of ice water and beads of water form on the outside. And then liquid to gas, evaporation or vaporization. Obviously boiling water is something we do to make tea or coffee or whatever. And then freezing and melting, we're very familiar with that. So it's important to know these terms. Know that plasma, that's sort of a superheated gas. Oh yeah, balls of fire like the sun. All right, so those are the states of matter. These are the states, and these are the changes of state. So we're going to talk about heat energy and how it's related to matter changing state. First of all, let's talk about temperature. So the temperature scales in America, we're familiar with Fahrenheit, and it's based on, so the boiling temperature of water and the freezing temperature, point of water. So Fahrenheit, water boils at 212 degrees and it freezes at 32 degrees. Celsius, right, like the metric system makes a whole lot of sense. So freezing is at 0 degrees and boiling is at 100 degrees. So there's 100 divisions in here, and then there's 180 divisions in here. So each degree Fahrenheit is less temperature change than a degree Celsius. Kelvin is just like Celsius except it is shifted. So 0 degrees for Kelvin is at absolute zero. And when we talk about absolute zero, well, we'll get to that on the next page. But just know that absolute zero in Celsius is negative 273.15. Water freezes at 273.15 degrees Kelvin. Okay. Oh yeah, and then lastly, the equation, so converting back and forth between Fahrenheit and Celsius. So Fahrenheit degrees, we can multiply the Celsius temperature by 9/5 and add 32. And to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius, subtract 32 from the Fahrenheit temperature, multiply by 5/9, and you'll get Celsius. And then we could also say, let's see, between Kelvin and Celsius, we could say that Celsius is the Kelvin temperature minus 273.15. So if we have this as well as these, we're all good in terms of converting between different temperatures. When we talk about what is heat, so you have the experience of touching the hot stove and burning yourself. What's actually happening in the stove surface is that, let's see, molecules are jiggling or vibrating fast when hot. So this is sometimes referred to as Brownian motion. These guys, even if it's in a solid, gas, we think of them as moving a whole lot. But even if it's in a solid, they are jiggling around. And basically, the more they're jiggling around, the hotter the thing is. And that's it. Absolute zero, in terms of temperature, means absolutely no molecular vibration. So that's it for part 1. We'll move into part 2 and talk about a couple more things.